Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you, I'm going to do like a little project share of some of my chunky charms, dangle charms, purse charms, whatever you want to call them. I just thought it would be fun to share. I had shared them in one of my groups before, and I know there's people that want to learn how to make them and people that struggle with wire wrapping and all that sort of stuff. So just wanted to kind of share them. If anybody ever wants to learn how to wire wrap, I'm happy to show you. I know everybody does it a little bit differently, and they use, you know, different tools, techniques, materials, what have you. So yeah, let's get started. You can see all of them in front of me now. I used to make these a while ago, so a lot of these, you know, I've had for a few years, and I also used to sell them in my Etsy shop. But they are labors of love. They take a long time. You have to consider they take time to design them, the cost of the beads. And when I say design them, I mean come up with your design, and then actually making them takes a long time. So I just kind of got burnt out from it and stopped selling them. And I started selling other things in my shop. So I was watching Poochie Tats. She's here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I had seen her making them, and it reminded me, like, oh my gosh, my chunky charms, I used to love them so much. So I dug them out and I wanted to share them with you today. So here goes. I'm not going to go into like a huge amount of detail on each one, but just, you know, kind of share a little bit. I've got the window open and somebody's doing some kind of construction or what have you nearby, so you're probably going to hear that. Okay, so this one, I had this flower, this like Hawaiian style plumeria flower, and I thought it was so pretty, the purple and like the coral. And so for this one, I took some coral beads and some purple sparkly beads and just kind of really tried to pull the white coral and purple out. And yeah, that's what that one looks like. And here's what the beads look like. And let's see what this one is. Oh, this one was just a black heart. This kind of gave me like I saw these black and white striped beads. I got these at Joann's, and I put them together with the pink, and it kind of just gave me like a Betsy Johnson type vibe. So I've got like this heart, got angel wings. Yeah, so there's that one. And people used to buy these for me to put on their purses mostly. So that's why I would mostly have this big lobster claw, so that they would fit around, you know, the bigger metal, you know, connectors on your purse. This one this I got at Michael's like years ago. It was a keychain actually, and it came, like these two keychains came together. So I, you know, made them individual and then turned them into these charms. And this one kind of gives me like a Louis Vuitton vibe. I don't know why. I guess it's like this right here. But here's what this one looks like. And there's the blue one, or the navy. And I used to like to make them in different styles. Like some I would make really chunky, some I would make smaller like this. This is probably my absolute favorite one right now. I love this one. So look at her. Isn't she beautiful? I don't think I put any charms in this one. No, I didn't. I love these flat pearls. Aren't they pretty? And I love these milky white beads. But that's her. And this is actually a pin or a brooch, which I should probably glue this shut because it comes open sometimes. If I ever were to sell this to somebody, I would glue it shut. So, oh, and these ones, let me try to remember what I would sell these for. So these ones this one like this would be about $35. And then these smaller ones, I can't remember how much these ones were. I want to say that these were like 12 or 14 maybe. This one I want to say was like 14. Like I said, these were a few years ago, so I can't exactly remember. Here's one. This one's Under the Sea. So it's got a fish. Some of them might be like a little bit discolored because, like I said, I've had them for a while and I just need to wipe them down with a polishing cloth. Like, you know, they might have gotten tarnished a little bit. So this one has all sorts of like sea creature charms. We got a sand dollar. We've got a starfish, a seahorse, a shell. They're all just kind of mixed in there. Oh, we got a sea snail. And then we've got, of course, the cute fish at the bottom. Oh, and see, I would make smaller ones like this. I love that starfish. It's so pretty. And I love those green beads. Those are gorgeous. Here's another one. So I'm going to show you a trick on these, on this one right here. So this one's just like a heart one. This one, it's a lot smaller than that purple one. So this one probably would have been around 20, where this one would have been like 30 or 35 when I was selling them. So here's a trick that I do with beads. Sometimes your bead is too big and what'll happen is it'll fall down onto your wire wrapping. So in order to prevent that, you can put a sequin, you can put a seed bead, or you can put like a teeny tiny little spacer bead that will prevent your bead from going and falling down or just like completely falling off your head pin. Just put a pretty sequin on it. I also like to do that when the bottoms of beads aren't that pretty and they need a little help. A lot of times I'll use a sequin to help with that. But that's what this one looks like. I love that caged heart. I think I put a heart charm on there too. Then we have this one. So cute. This one has little crowns and I use different colors of gold, chain, and spacers. This one reminds me of like India for some reason. I just love this one. So I made this for one of my friend's mom and I gave it to her and I loved it so much I had to replicate it. So my friend's mom is Pakistan and she picked out these beads because it reminded her something about Pakistan. I cannot remember what it is, but they went to Michael's and they picked out a strand of beads and she's like, can you make me something with this strand of beads? And this is what I came up with for her. And so I loved it so much that I just recreated it so I could, you know, have a copy of it. And she loved butterflies, so I put a butterfly on it for her. Then we have this owl. Did I put any owl charms on here? Oh, I did at the top. So I put this little baby owl, and then I put this owl. I should probably glue some flat back Swarovskis or like flat back crystals into the eyes. I think that would be pretty. And then a lot of times with these, if I was making it for like a purse charm for people, I would also make like a little wallet one to go with it. And I like to wire wrap mine like this. I know a lot of times people like to use head pins, but I don't like to use head pins because I feel like you're restricted on how many beads you can put on. And it's not always easy to find head pins that are long enough to put as many beads that you want to put on, with the head pins being a certain gauge that's easy to wrap. So that's why what I use is I use artistic wire, 20 gauge, and I just, you know, wire wrap it. Let me show you one. Like I just wire wrap it at both ends. Like I'll wire wrap it, then I'll put my beads on, and then I'll close it with another wire wrap. And you could actually hang charms off of these if you want to, but I just kind of like the look of them with having those little ends on them. But it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. Then a few years ago, I found this charm set at Hobby Lobby. It was a Wonder Woman charm set, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to make a Wonder Woman chunky charm. So I did. So here's what that looks like. Here's all the little charms. Of course, you had to make it blue, yellow, and red because that's the colors of Wonder Woman. And I used to love her when I was a kid. And then here's her crown. So there's the Wonder Woman one. And then we have this rose. So these rose beads can be found at Michael's, and they're actually 2-hole beads. You can see that there's the holes. Can you see that there's the holes there? But I wanted to make it into a charm, so what I did was I took a filigree connector and I glued it on the back and kind of molded it to the back so that I can turn it into like a big rose charm. And let's see, this one has a feather on it. And this big pretty ceramic bead. Then I have another owl, but this one's blue and green and turquoise. This one also has a matching little charm that goes with it. And then I put a little charm in there. Did I put more charms? I think I just put those 2. Yeah. And then finally just this green rose one. I think I have more around the house somewhere. I just don't know where they are right now. But here's a green rose one with a feather. And I kind of have a formula that I do with these. Like, I do things a certain way. I measure my chain a certain way. I do the beads a certain way. Maybe I'll talk about that later. Maybe I'll make one live sometime. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. And I hope you have a great day. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. And please like, subscribe, and comment. That would be awesome. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.